Oh, wait, I know what happened. Hi, if you guys can hear us, we're still working through some little, but thanks for bearing with us. And if you are catching it now, awesome. If you're catching it on a replay, I'm going to delete the other one.
Oh, I just got noticed that we went live.
But thanks for bearing with us. Oh, there we are. You are catching it now.
Okay, now turning the volume down.
Okay. Turn this down now. Yep. Hey, all right, we're going to do split screen. So there you are. Hi, friends.
How are you guys?
This is Eileen. She's my good friend, and she's one of my macrame students, which I love. I just did a drop off, so hopefully you got that on your front porch, and the squirrels didn't come nibble at me.
I was waiting. Now, is there going to be a delay like we see on the news where people?
Probably because the internet. I think the internet. So if you're watching it. So you guys, when you're doing lives on Facebook, we're doing this through a second party so we can have both of us on here. And so what you're seeing is probably like half a second, or maybe because of my internet and my Chromebook, a little bit more than that. So yeah. So no pasties or anything needed.
Well, I always laugh when you're trying to watch like an interview on TV and there's that delay and they miss it all the time. One's talking over the other because they forget that there's a delay. So I was wondering if that. Blanket apology. We're live, people.
It's okay.
Welcome to the Telesky.
This is what happened. Yeah, I guess you will notice that. What's cool is, on the lives. If you're ever at a Cubs game, but we're on like a rooftop, I mean, sad, we're probably not going to see Cubs games this season. But if you're doing the rooftop, because there's TVs, you can see like the home run, and then you can run to a television and then see it like live again, and then you get to see the replay. So it's actually like you get to like witness it live twice in a way. But anyway, so this is Eileen.
Yeah, we're going to have like UPS delivery truck up and down the street, and my dog goes nuts only for the UPS guys. So I do apologize for the dog. My daughter's doing she's going to try to keep her quiet. So sorry about that.
The UPS guys should feel special because it's the only one that gets the love.
My dog.
My dog will only bark at certain people and will bark at my uncle. And everyone else, she's just, oh, hi. But at my uncle, she'll like bark for some reason. My one uncle, I have many uncles.
Yeah.
So Eileen, if you want to tell us a little bit about you and your business. Yeah.
So,
tell us about you and the name of your business, and then maybe how you sort of like got started with it. Like was there a passion behind it, or did you sort of stumble into it? Or I always find that there's good stories like where businesses get started.
Yeah, this is actually kind of a pretty crazy start for me. So I'm going to say probably 8 or so years ago, my daughter, Brooke, who's now 17, she had eczema really bad. And so I started to pay attention to what she's using on her skin. And then I kind of taught myself through reading books and some video tutorials on how to make soap. So I started making soap for her, totally noticed a difference. And then one day, so I have a soap background. So then one day, Brooke played travel ball, softball. And we were at a game and we were gone for probably several hours and came home, and the toilet was overflowing in the house and flooded our hardwood floor, leaked through to the basement ceiling and flooded the basement.
Oh, man.
So we had to move out of the house for 2 weeks while we were getting it all torn up, the flooring, and we had to get that replaced. So while we were at the hotel, I ran out of my homemade soap for Brooke, and I knew that there was this little candle shop that I had bought candles and soaps from a fundraiser from school. And I called her and I said, hey, do you have soap, don't you? I couldn't recall if it was from her. She said, yeah, I'm open today. So I went in there And I'm a sucker for anything aromatherapy, any kind of smell. So I walked in and I just said, oh, just the smells. I just love it so much. And she said, well, I'm actually retiring in a couple of months. And I said, oh, and long story short, after talking with her, we bought her business. And she was training me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she was training me how to make candles, because that I knew nothing about. And Scented Seasons was in business since 2002. So she'd been around for 13 years or something like that at the point, at that time. So she had a good following, and Victoria, and she did shows on the road in Chicago a lot, in Michigan. And that's it. We bought the business, and she was training me how to make candles, and it's been crazy. I made so many friends, and new customers, and it's just been a really cool ride. So
your toilet, you owe it all to your toilet.
all to the toilet. All to the toilet. Who would have thought, right?
It's funny when things like that happen, that you're like, nobody was like, how did the toilet overflow? Like, did the water just stop? Like there's sometimes no reason behind some crazy.
There's a little DIY husband connection. So we're just going to leave it there.
Okay. So you really have him to thank. Be like, thank you. You have this business. Thank you. It's because of me.
Right.
Because I DIY'd something. He was intentionally.
Something. Yeah, it was a repair job. So we think that probably led it to it. But hey, this is where it got me.
Well, yeah, that's awesome though. And then that the soap part helped your daughter, and I didn't know that part. So that's really
yeah.
It's crazy when you realize what's out there and like all the stuff that's in it. So trying to use more natural products and things like that is good. Like
even though I've been making soap for almost 10 years, I'm still learning, like there's fragrances that have plastic in it. The word phthalate is new to me over the last couple of years. So now I select fragrances that don't contain phthalate. So that's the little plastic particles that companies like to use to keep the fragrance lasting longer. The scent adhere to the plastic, and so they want that so that their bars have longer shelf life. So that's why my soap is small batch. It doesn't have the harmful plastic in it, and that it's nothing but good stuff.
I mean, if you're washing, I guess shelf life, but if you're washing your hands enough, it shouldn't last that long.
Yeah.
It should last long enough for the scent.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll get a nice bar from somewhere, and then you're like, it's so pretty, I don't want to use it. It's like the decorative bar.
Yeah.
And then like a few months, you're like, it doesn't smell anymore, but that's good to know why.
And that's why. Yep.
So today you're going to show us how to make a soap that we can make at home, right? Something that in the season you need to wash your hands more often than I guess more often than we probably did.
Yes. This I created from a recipe that I found online, but I kind of tweaked it to my own. My one daughter, Allie, was coming home from school with cracked knuckles because the soap at school is so harsh. I need to do something that's a little bit softer on her hands. And I was even noticing it on ours too, when you just buy hand soap from the store. So I'm not going to do it for you. I'm just going to show you visually what's in it. And then I'll send you that PDF so you can share the recipe later. But
we'll share it with the group and all.
Okay.
I'll share it with everyone in case they're, so everybody can have it afterwards.
Yes. So I brought this down from our bathroom. This is just a hand foaming soap from Amazon that I found. Look at how cool this is. It gives you the little fill line right there. But you don't need this. Yeah. You just need a hand foaming bottle. And you're going to do Castile. Oh, see, I'm so bad. Castile soap.
It's like backwards. The screen is like backwards. It flips it. So when you think you're touching.
Okay. Yeah. Castile soap.
It's not upside down.
So easy. You're just doing a squirt, like a tablespoon of almond oil, tablespoon of glycerin, And then whatever essential oil you want to squirt in there. This is my favorite. Oh, you can't see. It's probably backwards, right?
You can, well, I can read it now.
It's called Cheer Up Buttercup. This is my favorite. If you just want a little jolt of, because outside, this is, I need a pick-me-up, little boost.
Yeah.
This stuff works great. I love the smell. It's my favorite. So Cheer Up Buttercup is what I'm using now. And that's it. And then the rest you just fill with water. You give it a good shake. And as you can tell by this huge bottle of Castile soap, like you never have to run to the store and get soap anymore. This is going to last forever. And you're going to immediately notice the difference on your hands just using that instead of the stuff you buy at the store. It's so much better for your skin.
And where do you find, where do you buy the oil from? In the almond oil, in the Castile soap? Where do you get all those ingredients?
Everything on Amazon. Super easy today. You need super easy. So get it all. Even the pump I found on Amazon. So super easy to find and make at home, and a nice DIY project.
Yeah. So I'll, when I give the recipe, I'll find the links for all of that for everybody. So that way they don't have to one-stop shop. Like,
yeah,
click.
I can get that for you. Yep.
Oh, okay. Either way. Yeah. So for everybody watching later, I will put a PDF in here for you guys. So you can have the recipe and the amounts to put with that and the links. So in the season that we're on, we're do you have any tips on staying, I don't want to say remembering to wash your hands, but it is that I'm about to eat something, I go wash my hands. It's trying to remember. Do you have any tips on staying washed?
I will say for me, because I'm cooking so much, that's the other thing. I'm cooking so much right now. So I'm always washing my hands just for that reason. And then obviously when you use the washroom, you want to wash your hands. So I think the more challenging thing I found is trying not to touch my face, especially when I go out in public. I don't realize how much you touch your face. But yeah, I've discovered that that's quite a habit that I think everybody has. So that in combination,
your nose may itch or
everything, your nose, everything. It's so bad. My eyes are itchy. So that's probably the most thing. Now I will say I have rubber gloves from coloring candles. I have to wear gloves. So I do wear them when I go out in public to the post office when I'm dropping off an order, or if I go to the grocery store. And what's funny is I don't treat them like my hands. Like when I have those gloves on, I'm like a doctor going into surgery. Like I still don't touch the doors. I still don't touch, if I'm touching the cart. What I liked about the gloves was it wasn't about that I wasn't touching things. It made me mindful not to touch my face. That's why I wear my gloves. Having that reminder.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. So that's what's helped me. And then when I would get in the car, I'm still putting sanitizer on my gloves, and I'm, wiping them down really well. And then I don't even touch my phone. I keep my phone in my purse. So if I tell my family, if you're texting or calling me, I'm not going to answer because I don't want to touch my phone while I'm out in public. So much that we have to think about, but we'll get through it.
Well, and I think that's a good thing to remember is that even if you are wearing gloves, or if you're wearing, or if you're not wearing gloves and you have your phone with you when you're out and you come home and you wash your hands, well, you've been touching your phone, you've been touching your keys, you've been touching your wallet. Yes. So all of that stuff needs to be wiped down.
I'll see people in the grocery store and they've got their phone in their hand while they're pushing the cart. I'm like, put your phone away. Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or even, that quick, or you're touching something else. Like those are things that also are part of, just what needs to get wiped down to make sure that it's not.
This might sound crazy, but I've even done it with my debit card. So if I'm going to get gas or if I'm using it at the grocery store, I keep it in its one pocket. And then when I get in the car and I'm sanitizing everything, I pull that card out and I'm doing this with the sanitizer. It's a little obsessive, I'm sure, but this is where we are now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully this will pass. I mean, it will pass. Hopefully it'll pass, and we'll be better, stronger, and all those good things, but giving ourselves like the time and the grace to just deal with it, it's different.
As best as we can, we know how.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely, I spoke with an aunt last night who, wanting the, find information on how people dealt with the swine flu back in, what was it, like 1918, which is probably the closest thing, as on a pandemic level that we've.
Oh wait, was that the Spanish
here I am,
flu?
like the Spanish flu, not the swine flu. The swine flu was not the Spanish flu. Yeah. But yeah, that was a good point, and just sort of how to, and we weren't such a worldly, global sort of place. Like, I think it was probably easier to self-isolate because you really had nowhere, you went to town or you cannot go to town. Yeah. But then also how we are so much more connected now, through technology. Like, we can connect where normally, like you and I, if we didn't have technology, we'd wait till we saw each other again. So it's interesting. All of that's interesting.
It's definitely made it easier, I think. My son is down in Lafayette, and he works at a hospital. He has an apartment down there while he's going to Purdue, and we can't see him because he works at a hospital, and I hate it. But it's been nice to be able to still see him face to face. We'll do this, FaceTime, and he'll play some songs for us on his guitar. So I always say thank goodness for the technology that we're able to do that today. That helps a lot, I think.
Yeah. We had a family Zoom call on Easter that connected, like California and Las Vegas and Chicago and Scotland and Germany. And like my mom seeing an aunt that she hadn't talked to in over a decade.
Oh, cool.
That she may not have talked to if we were, in our regular busy day-to-day lifestyles, that, we wouldn't have connected in that way. Like we would, the kids connect, the younger generations connect because it's so easy, but they don't connect because they're not on the Facebook and the Instagram and, Snapchat, TikTok, all of the stuff. So
I know. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. What has been for you the most, challenging, though, part of it?
You got a few minutes?
Yeah, we got all the time in the world.
Where are you going?
That's the beauty of
no
more rush. We got all the
time. The most challenging for me is cooking and dishes. Holy cow! I feel like I am making a meal. That's been a lot for me. But I will say that we have now started a chore routine with the girls. I have 3 kids. My son is down at Purdue, and Brooke and Allie, my girls. So we're doing, I'm like, we gotta all join in here and help mom out. So that's helped. So they've been very helpful in that regard. What else? I took some notes here. Let's see, hold on. Oh, the house to myself. When the kids go to school, that's when I, get some stuff done. And so I haven't been alone for a while. That's been a little challenging. I like some alone time.
Lock yourself in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Even though they're not littles, they're.
Yeah. So dinner, cooking, dishes, house to myself. That's about it. It's been good. It's been manageable.
So what's been the best part then for you? Like trying to find the silver linings. What silver linings have you found?
I found many. So I am an introvert and I am also a homebody. Sure, that's connected. So me needing to go out is not a big deal for me. So that hasn't been a change for me. I have actually, even though I have just said I don't have the house to myself, we're kind of doing things as a family that I'm enjoying. So my husband and my one daughter, Allie, we've every night watched the Marvel movies in chronological order. There's a post that I found, a friend of mine posted. So if you want to understand the whole story of the Marvel characters, you got to watch it in chronological order. So we've been doing that. I've been loving it. And then Brooke, my 17-year-old, we've been doing macrame. Yay! For Christmas, I got Brooke your membership, and who knew that it was going to be so handy. But we had you come out for a Brooke's birthday celebration with a group of friends, and we did a macrame class, and they loved it so much. And then I bought the membership. And so Brooke and I have been doing a project every month that you post. We'll do a macrame. We love it so much. We can't wait to do the next one. Every time you post another one, we're like, oh, I can't wait for the next one. I mean, her bedroom has become like this little hippie 1970s. It's so cute. So we love it.
I love that.
So that's been my best.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, good. Yeah. It's weird. And it's fun to, when you sit and think about like the connecting with playing cards, we were playing cards when my niece and nephew were staying here with me for a little bit. We were playing like speed and just sitting and it kind of reminded me of like, if you were to go to
growing up, right? It reminded me of growing up. Like we didn't have technology. We played games.
Like board games. Yeah. So, so what are you most looking forward to though, once this is all sort of, whatever that new normal is, but hopefully it's close but better than what it was. So what are you looking forward to?
Well, I guess I never really thought about that, but just one thing, a simple thing that just came to my mind is just going and watching a Cubs game. I'm a huge Cubs fan. And I'm looking forward to, with today's weather that we have, I'm looking forward to sunshine. And what a real punch in the gut, right? And no one to say it's pretty. I don't want anyone saying it's pretty. No, it's not January 15th. It's what is this, April 17th? It's not pretty.
Yeah.
It's not. So anyway, I look forward to, I love going to a Cubs game. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just looking for a nice summer day. I got to tell you, I really haven't thought too much into the future right now. I'm just truly living in the moment. I really am.
Yeah, that's actually another good point that you have. Like, it is forcing us to live in the moment and the day by day.
Yeah.
So interesting. That's really interesting. Well, thanks for the amazing recipe. I can't wait to get all my ingredients that way. Cause it's always like the soap runs out and then you put water in it to like make the pumper last a little bit more. And we'll get the like big container, but then the container, you don't realize you have to replenish the container. So then you're like, what? Like the container's empty, like that's empty. So if you have
this working thing is going to last. You're going to have this would probably, I probably bought this, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago or something, and look at only, it's going to last you. And it's so much better.
So much better. Cool. Yeah. So, and then you don't find that you get like, cause you're washing more, you're not getting like the cracked hands and dry hands as much either.
No, when you're using the soap, your hands are
good. Well, well, thank you so much for, being on with me today, and I learned something new, so I'm excited, and I hope our boho insiders learned something new. Yeah,
I just want to share really quick. After this, the last couple of days being so cold, I'm like, that's it. I'm coming up with some beach-inspired, vacation-inspired candles, so be on the lookout for that. Also,
where can we find you? Yeah.
ScentedSeasons.com. And this one I just created yesterday. Can you see? Oh, it's going to be backwards, isn't it?
No, it's kind of.
So
it's showing the right way. It's showing where the words go right, but for you it looks backwards because it's like you're not looking into a mirror because the mirror actually reflects backwards, but it's like flipping it so it shows forward. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Nothing makes sense to me anymore. Anyway, I'm coming up with some beach-inspired candles, so be on the lookout for that. And then also, I am sending out my first test DIY candle making kit. So So I'm sending one out to a friend She's going to make it at home. And I, want some feedback before I actually offer it on my website. So that's something that I'm working on right now. And that's it.
Perfect. Love that. I love that. I think people love working on stuff themselves. So yeah. I will put all the links in the Instagram and in the post, or create a new post, and I'll get the PDF and I'll put it all together. And so everybody can find you.
Thanks, Cornelia.
And by everybody, that's the whole world, because the whole world is watching, or maybe nobody right now.
Yeah.
Okay, people will watch. So we'll make them watch. Awesome. Well, thanks, Eileen. Have a great weekend, and I will chat with you later.
Thank you, Cornelia. Have a good one.
Mwah.
Bye, friend.
Bye-bye.
I don't know how to end this.
I do it. There we go. Stop.